this is Scott from The Groomsman. I know it's been a while since I've been here. I know I got a giveaway I still got to give away. There ain't very many people registered in that, so I'm going to go ahead and I will do that video later. But this is going to be a review of the brand new razor dropped by Rex. You know you've seen it on this channel before. I'm a huge Rex supporter. On top of everything else, I support everyone, but I'm always here to do an honest review with you guys. I've been gone on vacation. We were gone for 3 weeks in June. We were in Charleston, South Carolina, and then we were in Orlando wrapping it up between Disney World and Universal. And Universal opened their new Epic World Universe May 22nd, and we were there. I did all but 2 of the rides because 2 of them kept breaking down. And here's my new Frankenstein ring from there. I'm a person who likes to wear, as you can see, big kind of gaudy rings. I have a lion here, and this is the new Frankenstein exclusive to Universal. The lion ring my daughter picked out for me years ago when we were visiting Philadelphia. She happened to see it in a case, and I've had it ever since. But anyway, what do I have? Inbox, just delivered maybe 10 minutes ago. I know I'm one of the very first to pre-order because I was up at 12 at night for this. July 3rd, so I was like 12:01 I put the order in, so I was one of the very first to order this, and I think I may be the first reviewer of this, just like I was with the Rex Council, and I want to make sure that we get it up. All right, so, and I'm going to be a little bit of scientific. I've got the scale out today. We're going to use the Rex blades, so let's go ahead and get this open here. Really, this is an affordable 3-piece aluminum American-made razor by Rex, or Razor Emporium, so Matt Pisarcik and his group out there. I ordered the straight aluminum one. You know, one thing I talked with Matt years ago about was his shipping peanuts. I said, hey, you know, could we, when I first started getting into this, I said, you know, Wet Shaving's trying to promote to be more environmentally friendly. Why don't you get environmentally friendly peanuts? And I'll tell you what, as a suggestion, he took it and ran with it. So here you go. Here's what the page looks like in this beautiful cutout razor. It opens from each end. And at Rex Council Supply, we have created a line of vintage-inspired products that respect and revive the art or tradition. Wet shaving for the modern man. Our products are designed, manufactured, and assembled in the United States using the finest material and old world craftsmanship with a passion for quality. With this proper care, this Ambassador Safety Razor will provide you with a lifetime of clean shaves. This isn't the Ambassador. I do have the Ambassador, but this isn't the Ambassador. Yeah, we might have to say something bad about that. But it pulls out as an insert here. And you can see you have the packaging here. I went with the silver. Has a nice Rex Supply Company cutout there. This is an aluminum razor, and he did include a 5-pack of Rex Supply razor blades to use with this. So as you can see, it's a 3-piece here. There's a magnet here in the bottom of it. It's not a neodymium magnet, or however you pronounce that. In the collar of it, it has a steel washer, a stainless steel washer to prevent the marring of when it's screwed together. All right, a little scuds right there, but here's the 3-piece. It screws together. It's laser engraved. This thing is very light, all right? So, and as you can see, it fits together like, the head was very reminiscent of looking just like the Council, or the Ambassador head here. But it's a 3-piece, it's aluminum, and I brought in the scale to do the gram weight for you. 39.5 grams is what I get on the scale here, 39.5. All right, so it's very nice razor here. The blade gap, if I remember Matt saying, the blade gap on this was 0.0212 or something like that, which I'm assuming it's going to be really close to what the Envoy is, shave wise and stuff. I am not out of the shower. This is brand new. This is raw. I literally just pulled this out of the mailbox. And I'm here shaving in front of you. So, you know, the Matt said that the magnet in it was very just enough to reach a braid. And as you can see, it doesn't even do it through the paper. So it is a very light magnet. This isn't going to be something that's going to, you know, stick to stuff. You know, I can't even. Then again, this is very high steel, high carbon blade. That's a good pocket knife. So let's see about this blade magnet here to help with picking it up. So here you go, blade on my hand, just enough. I mean, it is very light touch, so the magnet is not ridiculously strong. You know, it picks up the blade, which is cool. So I'm not entirely for sure what's the purpose of that. With that, but I think, you know, you could pick it up like so, bring it, but you know, it doesn't exactly drop it in there. So just like always, how I put these together is I put it down in my hand, push it down, screw it together. The blade tabs don't stick out the back here, out the sides at all. We're gonna go ahead and tighten that down, and so you can see the blade exposure is just slightly. I know it might supposed to be neutral, but it is just slightly from what I can see there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just slightly over that edge right there. So it is very, very close to neutral, or just slightly. All right, now that we got the blade loaded up, I got my Razor Emporium Best Badger here, and I'm going to use some Rex Supply 1955. And being that I'm not out of the shower, I'm also going to be using my Rex Supply Pre-Shave, okay? So I got a little bit of everything that's going to be, I figure if I'm doing a Rex review, I might as well do everything Rex, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get wetted up here. I don't really necessarily care if I'm dealing with cold or warm water. And remember, when it comes to lather, it's up to you. So the razor is very light, so it's not one of those that the heaviness of the razor, you let the razor do the work kind of things. You know, from what I'm understanding, this is supposed to be a light razor, or a very mild-ish type razor. We'll see. I have 4 days growth. I had a job interview recently, so, you know, I was trying to save up, you know, like a good 2 weeks or 10 days type, excuse me, for this, but I just couldn't do it. But with 4 days growth here, you'll see that we get it going. Yes, and as you can see, I have so much lather here. Oh yeah, I didn't use the pre-shave soap. I'm not a big pre-shave person. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I might have needed to with this, but guess we'll find out, won't we? Oh yeah. Super smooth, very mild. This is a very mild razor. He said it would be, which is good. So it brings in an affordable. God, my allergies ever since I've been back from Florida have been nuts. But it brings in a light, affordable aluminum razor that is mild shaver, so that most people, it opens the market to the Rex razors to people now, so that you can experience, you know, the quality and craftsmanship that goes into the Rex Supply razors without breaking the bank, right? As you can see, it's super comfortable with this Rex blade. I will do further reviews with other blades, but I will be honest, I've been using the Rex Supply Company blades in lots of razors, and They're like my go-to blade. Yeah, they might be a little bit more expensive, but they are so smooth in everything that I've done them in, including like a leaf, a twig, a merker, everything, that it I had to order another 100. But as you can see, this is a very mild, this could be a daily shaver, absolutely. I know it looked like a slightly positive blade exposure, but I'm starting to think it isn't, because if it was, it would typically lend itself to have some blade feel. And I'm telling you, I've had no tugging and I've had no blade feel, super mild. Yeah, I would say this is more like a Rex Ambassador, like a 2, but it's pretty efficient. And it being so light that it's easy to just maneuver around. The weight of the razor doesn't pull itself down like some of the heavier razors, so I am having to pull it, but I'm not having to force it into my skin. And that's one of the biggest mistakes people make with safety razors. A lot of times they're like, oh, I need to get, so they like, I'm not gonna put it on my face like that, but they like bury it, right? They push it in and then yank down. Well, when you do that, of course, yeah, you'll get a closer shave, but also you're gonna cut the living bejesus out of your face, you know. Always my problem here is up underneath my nose. So first thoughts, man, super glad I bought this razor. It's you know, it's very nice, it's very light. This is going to be probably my new travel razor, to be honest with you, and such, because it's light, it's cheap. So, well, cheapish, meaning if I left it, you know, or got taken in, you know, by customs or whatever, here and there at an airport, 30 to 75 bucks isn't, you know, make or break me for. I mean, yeah, I get it. I'm not trying to say that 75 would be great to lose, but, you know, considered like a council or an ambassador, or, you know, my 1949 executive that I use all the time, or something along those lines. Yeah, this would be a much cheaper razor to lose, but it's very efficient. It's a daily driver, so that's why I like stuff like that is what I try to travel with. Something that I can shave, it's mild, and I can do a shave every single day if I have to, you know, just because, like in Florida when we were there, I was shaving almost on a daily basis, so I didn't get weird tan lines from my beard, and that I just wasn't, you know, not only the shave, but it gets hot, right? Having a beard gets hot when it's 100+ degrees all the time. So, yeah, I really like this razor. So I will probably do a comparison to this to, like, you know, I'm not entirely for sure what, you know, maybe my Merkur 23C. Maybe against the council, and try to figure out what setting on the council it might be, or the ambassador. I mean, you can hear the feedback of the razor, but I'm having no dragging issues, no suction issues. It's nice and smooth. Is it the Henson? Is that the one that's aluminum? I think it is, yeah, the Henson. It's been forever since I've used it. I have a Henson mild and a Henson aggressive. Maybe we'll try it against the Henson too. What's a distinct advantage to this to a Henson? This is made in America. Henson, I think, is a Canadian razor, if I remember right. And I think tariffs are coming soon. Or well, there you have it. I mean, it's a pretty good razor. You know, I only do 2 passes. I'm not someone that sits here and chases. a BBS shave. So, thoughts on it. It's a daily driver. It's a light aluminum razor. It's American made, being that it's aluminum, with the magnet on the bottom, the stainless steel collar in here, which the stainless steel collar helps so that it doesn't scuff or scratch when you're tightening it down. As you can see, there's no scuffs on there. So, and that stainless steel goes all the way in to where this base attaches to it. And as you can see, there's doesn't appear to be any wear lines already on the couple times that I've tightened it down into it. It comes apart real easy. All right. It's a 3-piece. It's aluminum. I think it's 6061, I think is what a grade of aluminum you said it is. So it's a great razor. Daily shaver. It's cheap. Cheapish. It'll get you into the Rex Emporium family, or Rex Supply Company family of razors. It'll introduce you to the geometry, the head of the Ambassador and the Envoy. So if you're looking to maybe move into something that's stainless steel, I've never used an Envoy. I only have the Council, the Ambassador, and now the Page. I'm not entirely sure where the namesake comes from on that, but yeah, it's a great razor. It shaves super mildly, which it's great. As you can see, I didn't even cut myself. Usually when I'm on camera with you all, I cut the living daylights out of my face. Worked really well and paired really well with the Rex blade itself. And as you can see, I didn't do any, no, just great razor. I will try to pass it along and around to my other groomsmen on the channel and see that we can give everyone back. I know I will do the giveaway for those of you who registered the giveaway. I'm sorry, but I was gone. Had a lot of stuff going on. It's just been crazy. My life for the last month has been crazy between everything, between, going on vacation and interview and, ultimately deciding with what we had to do with the interview with me and my family and the stuff like that, because it was out of state. And, long story short, I'm here and I'm still staying. All right, so great razor, 39.5 grams, blade gap is 0.212 inches, something like that. So it's very, very small. It doesn't seem to have a positive blade exposure like I was thinking. Maybe it did. It seems to be pretty neutral for the fact that I did not have any blade feel, because usually the positive blade exposure, which means it's coming out from where the guard is there, usually you have blade feel and drag with it, and it wasn't. It was very mild. It was not aggressive. And with the 1955 from Rex Supply Company, feels super smooth. And yeah, you could get BBS with it if you want to sit there and chase it, but I'm not that guy. So with everything, I would highly recommend this razor. Super mild. This would be good for beginners. So if you're looking for something for dad for a birthday or Christmas, this would be a beginner type razor to get someone in. Yes, it's $75, but this razor will last. All right, the quality and workmanship and craftsmanship behind it, this will last, and it is mild, right? And if you happen to catch when it's on sale or sign up, it could be 10% off, and I think we have a code called Groomsman10. I'd have to double check that, I suppose, with Razor Emporium. But even if not, you sign up for their email list, it'll be 25 or 10% off. And I think probably at Black Friday, 25% off as typical with Matt's group over there. So, and then you could probably pick it up. That'd probably be around $60 or something like that. So, thank you for joining us. I hope you get a chance to experience this razor. And, I only give honest reviews. This is a very mild razor. And yes, I would recommend buying this for anybody, experienced people, great for travel, very mild. And I think I'm going to be able to get my wife to try this on her legs even, because it's so mild. All right. Thank you, everyone. Remember, stay classy and have a great time.